Before I start this video, I just wanted to let you know that I posted another video today too on Nick Cage's Pig, so after this, please go watch. Also, if you want to watch more movie essays, I post every Friday. Since December 2019, there has only been one movie that I consistently thought about. No matter the day or time, whatever I watched or rewatched, I would think to myself, why don't I rewatch that? That first viewing experience was not great, but something about the movie stuck with me. I finally rewatched this movie and reassured myself on why it stuck in my head. It is because that movie is perfect. And that movie is The Last Black Man in San Francisco. The Last Black Man in San Francisco is a 2019 American drama film directed by Talbot and stars Jimmie Fails. The story follows a young black man who attempts to reclaim his childhood home, a now expensive Victorian house in a high-class neighborhood of San Francisco. It says a lot about a year when so many films could be considered phenomenal and the best of any year, but that's exactly what 2019 was. A24 has a knack for telling stories that feel needed, wanted, and relevant to today's society, and The Last Black Man in San Francisco is no different. This simple story of a man fighting to reclaim his childhood home is filled with heart. Not only is this one of the best shot, most heartfelt films of that year, but it also carries an emotional narrative that pulls the audience in from the get-go and interests you till the very last shot. As the debut feature film for Talbot, it shows his potential and obvious talent for his future. Talbot's direction, coupled with the beautifully told semi-autobiographical story by Jimmie Fails, makes for one of the most visceral films I've ever seen, and I think subconsciously I knew that the first viewing, which is why it lingered in my head for so long. Though on the surface the film is focused on a man's relationship with a place he once called home, at its core this is an ode to friendship. You could feel that friendship so strongly through the storytelling, and it was completely unsurprising to find out that Jimmie and Joe had been friends since high school because they felt so in sync on this project. Thankfully, the man they chose to portray Jimmie's best friend in the film, Jonathon Majors, also fits in perfectly and gives what I would call the absolute best performance of that year. I remember when I first watched it, he was the thing that stood out to me the most. And today we know Jonathon Majors as the new big bad in the MCU, as he recently was seen on Loki as Kang the Conqueror, and also his Emmy-nominated show Lovecraft Country on HBO. But before that, he was in this, and I was blown away by his performance. His face is so emotive, so entrancing, and so charming in this role. It's Jimmie's story, but Mont is ultimately the one that I found myself really connecting with. Not only is this one of the best shot films, but it's also an emotional and narrative masterpiece. It's a sentimental and emotionally provocative film, with feelings seeping from every shot, every line, every piece of music used, and every reaction from the actors. It is absolutely impeccable. The cinematography is stunning and the framing is great. There are many shots which deserve to be hung on a wall because they are not only beautiful, they also are very meaningful. At various moments, it is clear that we get to see the world through the eyes of Mont, and it works incredibly well. And we can't go without saying how amazing that score is. The Last Black Man in San Francisco authentically and convincingly captures the sacrifices the black community has made in the face of social forces such as gentrification, and it painfully illustrates the loss of identity and group history that these movements create. The film constantly wrestles between its competing tones of optimism and realism, just as its protagonists do. From its transporting and truly heartbreaking orchestral score to the bright awe of the introduction cinematography, all the way through to its poetic steeliness in the final frames. The film leaves you somewhere in the middle, idling in a state of pensive woe. Talbot, Fails, and Majors all deserve incredible accolades for the personal story they've brought to the screen here, and the importance of the lessons it relays are matched by the director's immersive and beautiful artistry. Tune in every Friday for new movie videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what other movies you would like me to do videos on. Thank you, Mom, for editing the scripts for my movie essays. I appreciate you. Till next time, thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.